Hey, it's Brock here with Rock Hill Farms, and today we're going to play in the dirt. Since I've been doing tractor work and running my skid steer the last couple years, I've come to the realization that dirt is a really valuable asset, and I try to stockpile it at least a little bit. And I always say dirt, but really you're talking about different types of soil that have different properties and different uses, like clay, topsoil, compost. And I like to have a little bit of each just stacked around. But the problem is if you leave it just sitting there, it looks like that. So this is my wood yard. That's a mess right next to it. So over here we have a pile of topsoil, and over here we have a pile of composted manure that's 6 or 8 years old, great for working into gardens. But I should be coming down here every 3 months and turning that pile over, because if you don't, it grows over and then it's harder to use. So I'm gonna get this cleaned up, and then we've got a problem area right next to it. And I've got another problem area up the hill, but I don't know if we'll have enough to deal with that today or not. So anyway, I think the best thing to do with this is put the brush cutter on the skid steer, because I can mow up the angle of this hill with that a little bit easier. One more quick comment before I go up and get the machine. I had 2 comments this week about my sunglasses, and one of them got kind of personal with it. He said, show a little respect for your viewers. We know you think you're cool, but take those sunglasses off. It's one of those things, guys. I don't wear sunglasses because I think I look cool. I could care less about looking cool. I mean, look at my dirty, stained up jacket I'm wearing. That's not what I'm about. I had LASIK surgery, and I'm light sensitive. And if I take them off, I'm gonna talk to you like this. It looks like I've been sucking on a lemon. So I'd rather, it's not very pleasant not wearing sunglasses. That's the story with that. Let's get to work. I always lift my attachment up like that so I can see visually that the locking mechanism actually worked and I'm securely connected to the attachment. That's a lot smaller pile than I remembered. This was over a year ago, and I was doing what I was calling borrow pits. I don't know how many of you are familiar with that term, but basically you dig a really big hole because the dirt in that area is a higher quality dirt. This spot was beautiful, clean clay, and I had some rocky, lower quality soil up the hill. And I needed the clay at the pond. So I dug a big hole here, took all the clay to the pond. Then I started bringing that fill in here, and I got it about 90% full. And it was getting dark and it was raining, and I said, to heck with this, I'll finish it later. And I never finished it. This pile was topsoil that was supposed to go across the top of it. Let me show you the spot we've got here. So this is filled with that rocky fill to within about maybe 4 to 6 inches of full on this side. And over here where it's kind of sunk in, I think we've got more of a lip. Yeah, over there we've got about a 12-inch drop off for no reason whatsoever. So I need to get that dealt with. There's also a little pile of firewood over there, big rounds in the weeds I need to get dug out. But right now, this is just junky dirt, and I need to put that 6 to 12 inches of topsoil over it, and hopefully we have enough. If we don't have enough, I'll probably go ahead and use that dirt over there. That was manure that a local farmer had been composting for like 5 years or more, and I brought like 20 dump trailer loads of that here at least 2 years ago, if not more than that. So that stuff's been composting so long, it's just good clean dirt now, good black dirt. So basically it's almost like topsoil. So I was saving that to till into gardens and stuff, but now that I've got weeds all over it, it's not as big a deal. So I'm just gonna get to work and see if we can flatten that pile out across here. First scoop, found a shovel. I don't know what the heck I was doing with the shovel. Doesn't fit my character. As a content creator, it feels like every time I do a job, I should be giving some kind of tips or advice or a strategy for the best way to move this dirt. Well, a lot of times I don't have any tips. And this is one of those cases. I've done some grading with my bucket before, but this is a little bit of a different scenario. The dirt that I'm spreading is full of grass clumps and sod, and the ground I'm spreading it on is really uneven. I'm doing it for myself. I don't really care what the result is. I like to try different things. I've had several people tell me that when you're grading with dirt, you should get a full bucket and then drive across it with that full bucket so you've got weight out on it. And I'm kind of trying that here and doing it different than I have before. I just like to try different ways of doing things. And this particular job was kind of all over the place. I didn't have any kind of routine or pattern, but usually it all works out in the end. Okay, that's not perfect, but it meets my standards for the day. If I made this perfectly flat, it'd be the first spot on this 5-acre section of property that was flat. And I'm going to be driving the skid steer around here all winter tracking this up, so I don't think it serves much purpose to try to get it any better. I'm also feeling pretty nauseous. I've mentioned it before, but whenever I'm trying to work quickly in the skid steer, I really get like seasick. I need some Dramamine or something before running it. I feel pretty rough. But I'm really glad to have this project done. I appreciate you taking time to watch the video. I'll put links on the screen to a couple more of our videos, and I'll see you next time.